All right. Hello, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic. Um, we will see where we get to tonight. I have a small bit of hope that we'll finally get ourselves off of Taris, off of the starting planet. But we'll wait and see. We are there. So we are currently, if you recall from last time, we're going through the undercity of Taris, going through the sewers, trying to get into the Black Vulcan base. That being one of these crime syndicates. One of these crime syndicates. Okay. And then after that, we need to win a swoop race. And then, after winning the swoop race, we will get Bastila back. We will rescue Bastila Shan. A Jedi. Let's... Oh, geez, there's one right there. Okay. Ooh, nice. Ow! Okay, dead instantly. Yeah, this is gonna be... this. I am realizing that the whole,
Yeah?
Jesus. I'm realizing that the whole, the level up exploit is gonna be a bit of a problem. Oh, God. Because my main character is literally getting one-shotted by almost everything. Oh, this is going to be an issue. Also, let me know if anything's too loud or if anything is lagging. Please do let me know. I'm trying to keep an eye on it this time. Well, no, this was... That's it, pausing. Turn the game volume down. You got it. How's that? Oh, the loading screen is because I'm fiddling with settings. I apologize. Ooh. Or, is everything just skipped? That was weird. Oh, that's why. I should pause when I'm gonna... There we go. There we go. I need to pause when I switch. Turn down... Oh, combat noises specifically? Or... Oh man, what is going on here with the jitters? This is weird. Right, I will see to all of that in just a moment. Oh jeez. Oh, there's more of them. Oh crap.
What?
Oh, they're getting hit by the droid. Okay, cool. I didn't intend for any of this to happen. How's the combat noises now? Is this better? Oh, okay. Well, we got it. That's it. That'll do it. That'll do the job. Yeah, so that droid is handy. Anyway. Let me level up Hearth. Because if I'm going to be sticking with level 2 this whole time, which I'm probably not going to be able to do, we'll see. I might need to give up, honestly. That's fine. I get skill points. Oh, no. Oh, no. You see the little swirly bar? Okay. That means the game does not like me. Yeah, he needs treat injury, like, desperately. Blessed Holy Week to you, Kevin, too. Skip my mind. I was worrying about technical difficulties. I apologize. Anyway, yes, welcome. Welcome back, and Blessed Holy Week to you as well. Sniper shot? Maybe. Nah, I want to give him better rapid shot. I like him having just a flurry of blaster bolts. Just a massive flurry of blaster bolts. It was good dual wielding, not perfect, but that's fine. Yeah. Cool. Okay, cool. I don't know. I'll think about it. If this keeps getting sufficiently annoying, I will eventually have to level him up. All right. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see if I can manage it. Anyway, hello again, Kevin. Welcome back. Blessed Holy Week to everyone.
Look at this. This is one of those old-style manual locks. No computer codes or nothing. The sewers is the only place you'd see one of these on Taris. You can't use conventional security spikes on these old locks. But don't worry. I've come across them before. I've rigged up a little device that should do the trick.
Hey! There he is. You're a sight for sore eyes,
I'm glad
Mission.
to see you too, Big Z. You didn't think I'd forget about you. Mission and Zalbar, together forever. These
Who's
two
that
are
with
new
you?
friends, Big Z. Without them, I could never have got you out.
Don't mention it. I was happy to help. You know the language of my people? That is rare among your species. I am impressed. You have saved me from a life of certitude and slavery. There is only one way I can ever repay such an act. I swear a life debt to you. Big deal.
A life debt? You
Very
sure
big deal.
about that, Big Z? Think about it carefully. You better be sure about this.
I am sure, Mission. This is an important issue of great importance to me. Oh, an issue of great importance to me. Because of our great physical strength, Wookiees are... Oh, jeez. You see us as brutes and animals to be exploited. Over the years, slavers have taken many of my people. We must always be on guard against raids against our villages. When the Gamorreans captured me, I thought I was doomed to a life of servitude. You have saved me from such a fate. The only way I can repay you is through a life debt. Impressive.
A Big
Honorable.
Z swearing a Wookiee life debt to you? Wow, this is major. Do you realize what it means?
I'm not going to be like this. I'm definitely not going to say that. That's evil. It's some kind of loyalty vow, isn't it?
A life debt is the most solemn vow a Wookiee can make. It means he'll stay by your side for the rest of your life. Wherever you go, whatever you do, Zalbar will be with you.
In the presence of you, I swear my life debt. Forever after, I will be by your side, Haimchar. May my vow be as strong as the roots of the great Roshir trees on Kashyyyk. I'm honored to accept this vow.
I guess this means you're stuck with me, too. Wherever Big Z goes, I'm going. I almost lost him once. It's not gonna happen again.
Kevin says I couldn't deal with Wookiees around all the time. Not my favorite creatures. Is it the language or is it their culture? Because the language, I get you. Their culture is at least very interesting. There's a lot fascinating about their culture because we will be going to Kashyyyk later on, learning more about Zalbar and about his family even and stuff. So, why he's exiled and all that. Why won't this nightmare end? Now, I'm glad to have you on board, Mission.
So, I guess I still owe you one secret path into the Volker base. That was the deal, wasn't it? Don't worry. I know a back door into that scum den.
Good. The sooner we get there, the better.
I better come with you. The Volkers put up a force shield to keep the sewer dwellers out. I'm one of the only non-Volkers on Taris who can get you past it.
Oh, we
I
found
can't
that.
remember exactly how to get there, but I know it was somewhere here in the sewers. Over to the northeast, if I remember
Yeah, we ran
right.
across it earlier.
I just hope the Rancor monster isn't still there.
Are you serious on Rancor?
There used to be a Rancor monster that made its nest in that part of the sewers. Pretty much eats anything it can get its claws on. That thing is huge! Luckily, Rancors aren't too bright. I was able to sneak past it before, so I'm sure we'll figure something out. That is, unless you want to change your mind.
Not really an option. Let's go.
Okay then, off we go. Like I said, somewhere to the southeast. Just look for the force shield, and we'll know we're there.
Zalbar has joined the party. Someone will have to wait back at the apartment. Party selection screen. Let's go to the party selection screen. We should probably take Mission in Zalbar. Just because there are two newbies. No, we should honestly take Karth. Because he probably ought to be there when we rescue Bastila. Mostly for story reasons. Kevin says, I'm always interested in culture, but it's the language and they remind me of dogs in an odd way. I mean, Chewbacca was literally and directly based off of George Lucas' dog. So yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. All right, let's keep looting. Speaking of looting, though, we
No problem.
Got
it.
Oh, geez. Hello. Hi. Hi there. Oh, okay, that's great. Let's go to Karth. Jeez. Now, I'm gonna have to level up. I don't think I can handle this.
Let's go!
Dogs aren't Kevin's favorite either. Yeah, kind of same, honestly. I've always been a cat and reptile person. Alright, let's level up at least one. Let's do what's recommended. All the class skills? Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah. Yeah. All my class skills will work. I got more hit points. Alright, I leveled one up. I'm gonna try just one. Let's see what I got. Let's go to mission. Have her try and recover the mine. She's got better demolitions. Wait, does she? Oh crap! I should have looked at that. Yeah, like I said, I agree with you there. I've always really been a like I said, a cat and reptile person. Dogs, honestly, a lot like at least Wookiees with life debts are. Oops, I already did that one. Are a little too codependent for me. You know, that's all. My cats can just chill wherever they want. I don't need. They don't need me, and they know. Well, they do need me, but they like to pretend they don't need me, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine by me. Can I get through this? No. I do need to go back through that way. I know, I had to sacrifice a level. It's been driving me crazy. I'm getting one-shotted by, like, everything. Kevin says, I won't make the Thursday stream. Grizz is off for spring break. Wants to go camping. And that sounds fun. That sounds like a good time. I have not been camping in a great many years. And I feel like I should sometime. You know, it'd be a fun thing to do.
That hurt, I bet.
I need to have somebody else initiate. That's what I need to do. Oh, wow. Okay, no, that's much better. I actually took a couple of hits without dying. Okay, no, this is much better.
How'd you like that?
Anyway, but yeah, it's, I mean, all else fails, you can always go back and, like, party number down. Oh, geez, Mission died from the Dracula disease. That means she's gonna rise up and eat us, isn't it?
Yeah?
Uh-huh, sure.
Alright, anyway. You can always go back and watch the uploaded version. It is an option. It is there for you. Catholic Phoenix says, I can see the appeal of cats, but my ADHD resonates with doggos. I'll admit that in the future it'll be hard to take care of a dog with 6 kids my wife and I want. Yeah. I mean, that's the other thing. Like, once kids get big enough, they can actually take a lot of that weight off you. As far as taking care of dogs. Dogs especially. Dogs and kids have a kind of affinity. Maybe it's the ADHD-ness of them. But there's a lot of energy there. Fine, mission, you do it. Can you do that, please? I need these mines She
Yes?
just got rid of it. Okay. Leave these mines for later. Oh, jeez. Okay, no. Run away. It's okay. We're good. She's down. Okay. Grenade.
Let's go! What? Sure.
Yeah?
What?
I need med-packs so bad. Kevin says, I love the stream for itself, but it's not the same as engagement. That's true. That is true. This is one of the very, very, very few times I want to engage with other humans on purpose. Well, that's an honor. It is an honor to want to be engaged with. Albeit virtually. I mean, I will say virtually... well, let me put it this way. Actually, this actually brings up something I find to be interesting. But only because I have medievalist sensibilities. Let's return to our hideout really quick, just so we can recover all of our hit points. Maybe buy more med packs. Oh, hey, remains. Let's see if he has med packs to sell. Yes. Yeah, that'll be fine. Need one of those too. One of those won't hurt. All right, cool. Trains it back. I love that. Phoenix says, I agree with Kevin. Most of the fun of the stream is asking the professor questions and getting based opinions back. Hey, that is very true. That said, you can rush through a good bit of it if you just want some of the based opinions, or if you're just trying to catch up with the story. That's another thing.
Can I talk to you for a second?
Are you ready to have a civil chat? Or is this going to be another childish tantrum?
Oh, no.
Tantrum? I'm trying to apologize, you nerf herder. I mean, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get mad at you. It's just that I'm sick of everyone treating me like I'm a helpless kid.
Yeah, I know. And I'm sorry about what I said, too. I'm just a little on edge lately. Not surprising considering all we've been through, but I shouldn't take it out on you.
You aren't a kid. I'm not going to provoke this even further. It's about time you two made up.
Mission, you have to know that we don't think you're helpless. I mean, look where we are. Look at what we're doing. You're not just along for the ride. We need you.
You really mean it, don't you? Nobody's ever said anything like that to me before. Not even Big Z. He might think it, but he's not really one for words, you know. Thanks, Car.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, that's no big deal. I mean, I know how it is. Sometimes you just need to hear a few words of encouragement. Kids are like that.
Kids are like that? Listen, you... Oh, I get it. Okay, you got me. You're pretty funny, Car. For an old guy. Come on, geezer. Let's get back to what we were doing.
Why has no one made an edit of... Why isn't there just a series of Mission OK Boomer memes? Anyway, that aside... What's this? There's the force field. That's back out and exit. Power of friendship wins again. Yeah, that's what's so. Honestly, that is the best trait of BioWare games. Is the companions and the relationships between them. Definitely the best. The best part BioWare games have going for them. I'm gonna check what's going on over here before I move on. Kevin says, yeah, Phoenix, yeah, Catholic Phoenix, Professor V has taught me, Professor V, that's not one I've heard before, but alright, I can dig it. Taught me a great deal, helped me develop my moral philosophy, and genuinely a decent dude. Thank you.
What?
Thank you. Appreciate that. I do appreciate compliments, and I do my best not to,
What?
not to let it go overly much to my mind, to my ego at least. Also, Erica's cool beans too. Couldn't agree more. Alright, ladder. Wait, where does... What?
What?
Oh, hello. That's what's going on. Got it. Okay, cool.
How'd you like that?
That is true. That is true. She's Eric says thank you. That does not afford you special treatment. Yeah, she's nothing if not partially impartial. Let's say. This is why she's very, very seldom allowed to let me help grade. As one of Erica's best qualities, and what I find one of the more perhaps unintentionally hilarious, is her absolute non-tolerance for any manner or any extent of stupidity. Whenever I mention something about what I'm grading, immediately the recommendations or shouts of F begin ringing through the household. My students are very lucky that I, the more lenient one of the family, am the actual grader. Phoenix says, that's excellent, Kevin. I've gotten a lot out of the streams, too. Good to hear. Always good to hear. I've occasionally bumped into the professor on Facebook a few times when he drops ziggers regularly. Inspiring. Wow, this is encouraging me to continue.
You won't be able to get that computer to lower the energy fields unless you know the proper codes.
Oh, and also
Lucky
teaching
for you,
philosophy, that too.
I've got them. I picked them off the pocket of a black Volker who had a little too much to drink in the cantina one night.
Nice.
Here, let me get that energy field down for you.
If you guys want to start roasting me too, feel free. I got a good one the other day. I was it was
Sure.
I was mentioning something about it was some comment I had that was in a thread about it was something to do with making fun of transgenderism or something. It's something to do with it, making jokes about it. And I was just commenting about how you can really make jokes about anything, that kind of thing. Pretty mild take. But somebody decided to take a look at my profile picture, which is me just like a big old ear-to-ear grin and as you know, when I do a little big ear-to-ear grin, my face, I get a little bit of round face, that too, and about a lot of really harsh lighting, which I don't use on stream. If you see my profile picture on Facebook, you're aware of some of this. And somebody said something really clever, like, you look like, said that I looked like something like a, like an Australian trans man who had gotten his first testosterone beard or something. And I'm just like, all right, it's not entirely true. Listen, but I see where you're coming from, and it was legitimately funny. It was a good insult. Anyway, what I was saying earlier in a slightly more philosophically serious vein. Oh, geez. Hello. There are some rat ghouls and a Gamorrean. Wait. They're not just killing each other? I'm terrified. What's going on here? Oh, I should kill the Gamorrean first. No, I should kill one of the rat ghouls, then the Gamorrean. Hello. No. Karth, you should be attacking the one next to you.
Sure. How'd you like that? How'd you like that?
There we go. Erica says I look more like a baby than Michael, who's 1 in my profile picture. Yes. Yeah, that is true. When I get too grinny, I get some mad baby face. It's part of why I have the beard, and part of why how I have it like angular, so this part's long. Why I keep the bottom long and I trim the sideburns. Because I got some baby face going on otherwise. Anyway. Oh no. There's a Disney groomer joke trying to develop. Is there now? Does it involve me? Anyway, let's see. We'll see. Feel free to develop it. Have at it. I enjoy a good insult against myself as much as I enjoy an insult against anybody else. I can absolutely admire the comedy. This might have been a mistake. Skill too low. Okay, that's kind of what I thought. Mission.
What?
You do it.
What?
Huh?
There we go.
What?
Really?
Yeah?
Come on. Actually, you actually do it. Anyway. There we go.
Yes?
Ooh, wait, is this going to be another cure? No, it's antidotes. It was about Erica, but I'm scared. Yeah, fair enough. There are lines. There are lines when it's honestly the comedy, the lines for comedy are. Oh geez, yeah, no, I look like a baby face. Yeah, no, I don't look right shaved. You can dig through and find old pictures. I don't look right shaved. I have one picture floating around on Facebook. Kudos if you find this, with half a beard, because I decided to shave one summer, which was actually I've done this a few summers. It's always a bad idea. But I shaved half my beard first and left the other half. Honestly, I thought it was hilarious. But there was no way I was keeping it for any length of time. It was also horrifying. So. Nice.
How'd you like that?
There we go. Hey, one level was all I needed. I guess. Made a huge difference. Alright. Anyway, the thing I was mentioning is the term virtual. So we think virtual. When we think of the term virtual, we think digital, like this kind of virtual, like virtual reality kind of thing. But if you go to any kind of any kind of pre-modern usage, because you still have use of the term virtual in a pre-modern context. So in like a medieval context, especially, the scholastics talked about virtual things like virtual actuality and stuff like that. And they obviously didn't have computers, so they weren't talking about virtual in the sense that we ordinarily use. But they did say that things were virtual. And what they meant was that it has the power to do something without actually doing or having something. And yes. This is the case where we talk about virtual actuality, which is also called first actuality. In the scholastic context, in sort of the Thomistic Aristotelian context, we say that something has the... Oops, that's not great. We say that something has virtual actuality if it has the capacity to produce said actuality without being actual. Oh, this isn't good. He's coming right at me. I'm gonna die. Ah! Hello. Goodbye.
How'd you like that?
Yay, I can kite them.
What?
What? Sure.
Anyway, somebody's always wearing a big hunkin' Benedictine crucifix. Yeah, that's true. He says I would rather look like a baby than have anyone suspect me of looking like an atheist. It would be shameful. Yeah, I know there is the that's what this is absolutely for. Much like how a computer can have a laser gun fight despite lacking laser guns. Yeah, exactly. It would make it a virtual laser gun fight because it is capable of doing the thing without having the thing. Need that. Like how we're capable of having a conversation. Ah, that's awful. Why? It lagged at exactly the wrong moment. I hate it.
What?
But also how we're capable, like I said, of virtual communication, meaning that we are capable of communicating. We would say virtually. But what that, strictly speaking, what that means is that we are doing what communication ordinarily does, without using the ordinary means. But the ordinary means being being in proximity to one another and exchanging words, right, verbally or whatever. So we have virtual communication. That is to say that we have, we're capable of doing the communicating thing without the ordinary means of communicating. Oh, I already checked this. I'm an idiot. Okay, moving on. Right? Yeah, no, I don't want to miss anything. The clear example I usually see from Ed Fazer. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put something in the chat in the description later about virtual actuality. Because, like I said, I have, or you know, we would even say the sort of scholastic notion of virtual reality. You could even say we're stretching our translations a bit, but it works. But yeah, the example that Ed Fazer uses, if you don't know, a Thomistic philosopher, he uses the example of different ways that you can say have something. In his case, it's having hold on. Excuse me. He uses the example of having money. So, I currently can potentially.
I'll avoid what I can.
I can potentially have an amount of money. Right? If I don't, I could potentially have $1 million. Or I could actually have $1 if I have one in my hand like that. Or in the middle, I can virtually have $100. I don't have $100 on my person, obviously. Oh. Let's give. Wait, hold on. Here's how we do this. Okay.
Whoever steps on this will get a nasty. Whoever steps on this will get a nasty shot. Whoever steps on this will get a nasty shot. Whoever steps on this will get.
I really hope this isn't just going to kill me
steps on
immediately.
this will get a nasty shot.
Okay, cool, we're good. Nope, they're mine, so it's not gonna. Okay, cool. Give the synthesized odor. Yay! Wait, why didn't that work?
I'll avoid what I can.
Crap. Okay, fine. I will then pick up these mines. I have to move them forward a little bit. Yeah, whoever will step on this will get a nasty shock, but the problem is he has to actually step on it, which means I need to put them forward a little bit. I put them a little too close. My bad. Anyway, but there's this other, so you can actually have $1, like I have on my desk, right, that I just kind of showed you guys. Or you can potentially have $1 million. Right? I could be given $1 million. I could possess them. I'm capable of possessing it. Even though I don't, I could. There's nothing, like, theoretically preventing me from obtaining $1 million if it were given to me.
Steps on this will get a nasty shock.
Whoever
steps on this will get a nasty shock.
That was not enough. I'm dead.
Huh?
Ready?
Ah! Nope. Really? No! Help. Help.
Yes?
No. Please, no. I'm dead.
Yeah?
Okay, not enough mines. But I'm making progress.
Yes? I'll avoid what I can.
I can't move. Why can't I move? Ah! No! Okay. 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 Alright.
I'll
Okay.
avoid what I can.
Okay. Oops. So, I mean, that's close. Yeah, Phoenix says, it's a bit like the American economy. Congress actually has no money, but thanks to debt, they virtually have money. Like, they have the capacity to have money. Something like that. I'm gonna try... Ah! No! My stealth is way too low for this. Mission needs to do it. Okay, fine.
What?
Mission can do it. Does she not have a stealth belt equipped? Come on. Yeah, she does. Combat suit. She's plus 3 dex, so heavy combat suit it is. Okay. Alright, she has stealth field. Okay. Okay. Okay, 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 okay.
No one's gonna see
There.
this mission.
But she's got to do it now. Fine. Anyway. Phoenix, your example kind of works. But only kind of.
Yes.
And the reason it only kind of works is that
I'll
it's
avoid what
not
I can.
quite technically correct to call that virtual actuality. If only because G is stealth, huh?
What?
She's literally a stealth mission. Yeah, it's funny. It's more like having the capacity to produce something. Like, in my case, if I have, say, $100 in my bank account,
Someone's gonna get hurt.
that is the kind of thing
Someone's
which would be
gonna get
appropriate to say
hurt.
that I have in a virtually actual
Someone's
sort of
gonna
way.
get hurt.
Because I have direct access to it. I have the capacity to produce something of naturally. Okay. Now, maybe you can say if we're talking about fiat money, and fiat money has something like a nature. If that's the case, come on, please. You're not gonna, are you? Oh,
Uh-huh. Yes?
Yeah?
that's right. Okay,
No one's gonna see this mission.
I got it. I'm dumb. Got it. I'm dumb. I forgot how this works. It's been a long time since I've done this mission, so to speak. Pun not intended. You'll see. In any case, it's the difference, of course, is that if I say that I have $100 virtually, meaning I have the capacity to do with $100. I have the capacity to do what $100 can do, naturally speaking. It's that I have an ordinary capacity. I have a capacity to do that sort of thing. Let's put in a mine. I really hope this. I should do it. I should go for. I'll go all the way. I'm gonna put 3 in. Put them in. Last odor we have. Okay, let's see if this works. I hope this works. Did it not explode? Are you serious?
No one's gonna see this mission.
Okay, fine, whatever. The difference, of course, right, being that a Congress, in their capacity of basically printing money, that is more like... What? It ate them? That is much more like, say, counterfeit. Hey, stop. Ah, no. No, thank you. No, thank you.
No one's gonna see this mission.
Oh.
What? 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 I'll avoid what I can.
Hey.
Whoever steps on this will get a nasty... Whoever steps on this will get a nasty shock. Whoever steps on this will get a nasty shock.
No! Run! Ah! Not enough. Fine. One of those. Okay, fine. Not enough. Nope. 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 Ah.
Ready?
Really? Okay, I hit him.
Down you go!
I was using fragmentation mines. Concussion does nothing. Poison? Maybe it's a poison one. Fire them? I don't know how I'm missing.
Oh!
Okay. Jesus. Okay, let's try this again. At least I autosaved. At least it autosaved me. Wait. Hold on. When did it autosave? I'm level 3. No, okay. It was not... Wasn't that long ago then. Okay, we're good. We're good for now. Yeah, it has to do with what kind of mines I'm using, I forget. Somebody check this out. Okay, we already saw this. We already heard this. That time made up. Yeah, good. I might want to look this up, because I honestly forget. I know there's a trick to it. I forget what it is. It's going to repeatedly kill me until I keep dying.
What?
What?
Alright, mission, let's do the thing.
You won't be able to get that.
Yeah, we got it.
Yes, what's on your mind?
What? Not now.
You got it.
Not now.
What?
Okay. Let's go back. Let's try this again. Ooh, that was a flurry of blasts. That was crazy.
Rumble.
Okay. Do I need something looked up? Maybe. Maybe. I'm using peasant YouTube. Can't search. Oh, he won't leave the stream. Understandable. Yeah, I need to look up how to kill the Rancor in KOTOR. Just look up Taris Rancor KOTOR. You'll find it. You'll probably even find a bunch of memes about it, because there's a bunch of memes about it, but I forget what the memes mean. I know you need a bunch of these mines, but I forget exactly how. What the proper, effective ways of using it is. Anyway, don't worry about it. I'll figure it out either way, but if somebody finds out. Cool. Neat. I appreciate that greatly. Anyway.
Uh-huh. Sure.
So, if that doesn't work, we'll see. We'll make it happen. In any case, like I said, the there we go. Way number 1, grenades. Okay, yeah, I figured grenades. There's a frag grenade. Look at that. There's a thing with the artificial thing. To start, you'll need anywhere from 5 to 9 frag grenades. We suggest bringing 10 just in case. You can use poison grenades or sonic grenades as well if you have them. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. How'd
you like that?
Take one of your party members and go into solo mode. Ideally, they have high stealth skill to combat the high awareness. Got it. Take a character and run to the safety of the grate on the other side of the lair. Check your grenades into the Rancor until it's dead. Alright, that's one way of doing it. That sounds like it'll work.
Yeah?
I'll try that. We'll see. Can't seem to throw the grenades. Get past the Rancor to the grate no matter how hard you try. That's okay. You can throw grenades from the entrance. Just know that you'll have to run back to the safety of the tunnel after each throw. Way number 2, mines. I'm going to try the mines way. I'm not going to lie. I want to try the mines way.
Yes?
Because I remember this being a thing.
What?
Set them up using one of your party in solo, or just die. That could be it. Mines kill the Rancor. Same way as using the frag grenades. Bring approximately 5 to 10 frag mines. Lure the Rancor into them by attacking it with a blaster or grenade of some sort. Okay, that's easy peasy.
Yes.
It's easy enough. Not that way. This is the way of the Rancor. What's the other way? Okay, so that gives me the full experience. So that's good. That's good. I want experience. Ah! Hello. Goodbye. Go ahead. Way 3 over. You get him, Taris. There we go. Oh, you put a grenade in the pile. I was thinking you put a mine in the pile. Alright. Rancor sniffs the air, goes to the corpse pile, eats the grenade, and dies. I'm guessing that one you don't get the full experience. You don't get full XP. I don't know. We'll see. I'll take a look. First of all, save.
I'll avoid what I can.
Avoid what I can. See if I can get what's in the corpse pile. Yeah, I thought it would be grenades or mines in the corpse pile, but whatever. Probably fine. Oh, 502 signatures. That is fantastic. This is, if you're wondering, the 502 signatures thing is on...
Whoever steps on this will get a nasty shock.
3,
Whoever steps on this will get a
4,
nasty shock. Whoever steps on this will get a nasty shock.
5.
Whoever steps on this will get a nasty shock.
Let's throw a frag. And then run. Yay, run! Really? Fine. Throw another one. It missed? Yay! Killed it! Oh, and some of the mines are still there. Cool. So, the signatures thing that Eric is talking about, that is awesome to hear. So, there is, for some reason or another... To be opened by bashing? Some locked doors and containers need to be bashed. Why do I need to bash the remains of a Rancor? Oh my god, I need to bash the remains of the Rancor. I need to bust open the Rancor. Fine, whatever, I'll just do it. So there's a new wellness center that just opened at St. Leo, or the university where I teach. Where... Wait, it didn't drop anything. Fine. Anyway. Yeah, Rancor got a nasty shock. Yeah, no kidding. But yeah, it was, there's a blast mark here as a little indicator. But it's a new wellness center, which is where the university ministry offices moved and everything, and it's a beautiful little setup. It's very nice and all that. And there was initially going to be an adoration chapel there, which is fantastic. Now I say initially because it has been replaced with a something interdenominational prayer room thing. This, of course, being at a Catholic university, which is a little bit off. I don't get this. Oh, they have shields. That's interesting. Not anymore, though. No. I need that.
You'll pay!
And the why of this is I'm not actually quite sure, but it was the decision was I have been told that the decision was the idea of was proposed by or demanded by or asked by the abbot, the Benedictine abbot, which is very strange.
You asked for this.
I think it was it's more likely that it was approved by him, or something like that. I don't know. I don't want to malign somebody unnecessarily. And I'm sure he has some kind of a reason for it, but as has been my experience, at least fairly recently, giving reasons is not the strong suit of anyone really in charge of anything at St. Leo. So there's been a petition going around to restore the Adoration Chapel in the student ministry office. You know, the place that is a Catholic ministry at a Catholic university. Anyway, I'll share it as well. I'll put it in, Erica, if you want to put it in the Discord, please do. And then I'll put it in the description. I won't put it in the description because that's going to stay for a while. But Erica, go ahead and put it in the Discord server under religion, if you don't mind. if you're not in the Discord server, if for whatever reason, if you're not in the Discord server, there is a join link down below. That is a permanent join link that is yours to join. So please, I'd be really happy to have you. You are in there. Even if you're not part of the St. Leo community, I would of course encourage you to. Let's leave and come back real quick. Okay. Anyway, I would definitely encourage you to go and go ahead and sign that petition. Don't mind. It's change.org petition, so it's not like guaranteed to do anything, obviously. But you know, it is actually, you know what, I'm just gonna save here. Over right. It's obviously not guaranteed to do anything, but it'll at least help when if and when the university ministry people manage to get a meeting with the university president and with Abbot Isaac and everything like that. So hopefully that will be useful, and we'll manage to restore the chapel. Yeah, take a minute, write a description. Take your time on it. This doesn't, like I said, it's not like this this needs to be done like right now. Oh, that was a bad shot.
Hurt, I bet.
I think I stunned him though.
How'd you like that?
Anyway, but yeah, it's like I said, I loved the little chapel they had there when I went to visit the place a couple weeks ago, when they were doing doing pre-opening type stuff. But reactivate the droid. Do I have enough repair parts for all this? No, I don't. Oh, I do have repair parts. Who is better? Who else can do repair? Skills. I have awful repair. How about mission? Come on, mission. No, not better. Not better at all. No? I assume not. No, it's the same. None of my characters have good repair. That's awful. Let's just engage it in patrol mode. That's fine. I don't actually need it optimized or anything. It's okay. Go do your thing, Mr. Droid. Go shoot everyone for me. Thank you. Thank you, please. It was a beautiful little chapel in a wonderful little office too. That is, it's really sad to see that that's not going to be as Catholic as I think it could and ought to be. How is combat sound? Is it still really is it still too loud? Because it's a little loud in my ears. Let me turn down my settings over here. Sound effects volume. Let's turn that down. Because the pew-pews are getting kind of loud. All right. Door. Sure. Oh, hello. Droid. Power blasts.
What?
Nothing. You're good. Phoenix says, Don's false mustache. Good eye, mate. Hello. I'm McCoy's exchange student here to vote to keep the Catholic prayer room Catholic. Yes, I learned here. I studied in McCoy's class. I mean, not quite technically, but, you know, it's close enough. It's close enough. Now, technically, I don't think it is exclusively for, like, students or staff or whatever like that. It is, It's kind of open to whomever, as far as I know. But if it gets to be a lot of, I mean, be obviously, if you're going to leave a comment and such, be respectful and all that. I don't want predictions like this to be counterproductive, and that can happen. Because I mean, if this is the kind of thing that in particular would concern you, then definitely. If not, just know that it is a big concern to a lot of members of the community. Why'd you kick me? Okay. And that it's speak to, if you do want to leave a comment, speak to the importance of having having this Catholic outreach, this uniquely and specifically Catholic outreach. Who's that? A waitress. Okay. Oh, she's terrified. All right, let's not bother her further. Steal all the stuff, but then respectful comments. Well, I mean, you can try. Let's try the a bit freezy wheezy when that happens. Let's see. Oh. No, let's be on our way. I don't want to go there. Disabled. Was the droid disabled? What happened? Engage into patrol mode. Well, okay. Can't mess with it anymore. Alright, fine. What's down here? Oh, another hallway. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, hello. Hi, droid.
How'd you like that?
I've been shot. Okay. Now let's be fair. I'm usually not one to necessarily call for an immense amount of respect in comment sections, but primarily because we have a particular objective in mind. Prudence does become a factor. Prudential judgment becomes important. Security panel. What's this now? Slice into the system. Failure. Spikes rejected. Only overridden from a main terminal. Fine. It's just a standard door. Ah! Okay, I'm dead.
Oh.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Well then. So I can't go in there. Got it. That's how it is. I see how it is. I understand and respect how it is. I don't have to like it, but I understand it. I'm not going there. Alright. Good to know. Whole party got one shot. Yeah, I understand. Alright, reactivate. Patrol mode's fine. And that's it. That'll be good. Don't need that much else to be going on. Sniper shot. Rapid shot. Rapid shot. Pew! Ow. Shot. Missed.
That hurt, I bet.
There we go. Why does it roar like that? What a strange droid noise. Mission? How about you?
Yeah?
Gas mine.
What?
Anyway. Okay. Not gonna open that again. I know better. Not doing it. Not doing it.
Yeah.
There we go. It's the droid spirit leaving and returning to the void. Oh, it's been posted. Fantastic. So yeah, if you do want to check that out, if you want to give it a look, If you want to see what's going on over there, there is also a description of what's been going on. As best I understand, it's fairly accurate. So, if you'd like, even just check out the petition as far as just to sort of see what's going on. Oh no, I'm dead. Ammunition. Grab your vibroblade. How about that? Oh wait, you're not wearing your armor. That's fine. That's better. Whack him. All right, Karth.
How'd you like that?
There we go. All right. Going to put the boy to bed? Good. He's the kids have had a long day of trying desperately not to nap, mostly. Okay. Let's switch back to that blaster, shall I? She's not a tank by any means. Does a bunch of extra damage versus droids. I'm gonna give her an ion blaster for now. That'll be helpful.
Sure.
That'll be helpful, I think. Okay. Blast.
That hurt, I bet.
Okay. You're fine. Don't worry. Waitress. Alright. Anyway, so let's just talk to the waitress.
Please don't hurt me. I just serve the food here, that's all. I'm not like these others. I'm not even a Black Vulcar. Please don't kill me.
XYZ Big T's love? Whoa, Kevin, what? I'm confused. Don't worry, I just want to ask you a few questions.
But I don't know anything. I'm just a prisoner here, a slave.
Okay.
The Vulcars don't tell me anything. They treat me like dirt. They beat me up if I screw up their orders.
You may know more than you think, miss. Help us and we'll help you, okay?
Well, all right. I still don't know how much help I can be. But I sure hope you get rid of all the Vulcars. I hate them.
Phoenix says, did you want to talk about virtual stuff again? Sure. I was about to, he says, I was about to further detail evening by asking if Protestantism is worse than militant atheism, but we should stay on topic. Either way, that's always been a... Oh, you're being the thought pod because you haven't seen one in a while. Oh, well, thanks. Don't worry, Kevin. They're around sometimes. You'll see one before you know it. I'm sure. Unfortunately, but yeah, I think that there are kinds of Protestantism that I do think that are worse in the case, worse in the sense of being worse overall for people's salvation, right? For the salvation of souls. And those are the sorts that give you a good enough. Right? That my go-to example of this is Anglicanism, but also a lot of versions of the more high church, the other sort of high church Protestant denominations, which see themselves as being, to quote a very common phrase used by Anglicans, Catholic but not Roman. So if you ask them to become Catholic, and you give them a good reason to become Catholic... Oh, Erica deleted the message. Nicely done. But if you give them a good reason to become Catholic, they will probably respond that they already are Catholic, and so they don't need to. Whereas if you give an atheist, even a militant atheist, a good reason to become Catholic, they might reject it out of some kind of a passion, out of pride, out of malice, out of whatever. but the idea will at least get through their head. So they'll actually start thinking about it. Whereas if you already think that you're there, if you already think that you have crossed the finish line, you're not going to be trying to cross it. So I think that is, in some cases, more dangerous. It can result in a kind of complacency. Yeah, Anglo-Catholics is a good example. Yeah, Phoenix. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, I know a lot of Anglo-Catholics that I greatly respect, because they are legitimately very close to us theologically and philosophically and all of that. My basically my academic mentor is an Anglican priest, so a very, very sort of Anglo-Catholic leaning. He's a medieval scholar and all of this, and so I think that I certainly don't think that almost any kind of Protestantism is worse than militant atheism from the perspective of just being more wrong, or even having more animosity towards the truth, or towards God, or towards Catholicism, or anything like that. I think that the militant atheists in general, are far more mistaken, and that they are they're usually a lot more hostile about it. Gavin's still wilted from the chastisement earlier. Can't handle more punishment. Well, listen. You got your message deleted. You're gonna summon the thought bots. Nobody wants that. Anyway. Yeah, I do think that also, in addition to that, I think that there are other varieties of Protestantism. Like I've just been interacting quite a bit and seeing a lot of posts and stuff by a lot of Calvinists, and their view of God as as both self-contradicting and tyrannical and violent and destructive and all that stuff. That I think that can drive people further away from Christianity. I always used to say, and I still think I maintain this. I think I know more ex-Baptists than I know Baptists. I don't exactly live in the South, to be fair. I live in Florida, which is the north of the South, even though it's further south than the South. You know what I mean? But man, it's there's a particular cocktail of Southern Evangelibapticostalism, all deriving its roots from Calvinism in general, that have a really distorted view of God to the point where I think it seriously can drive people away from Christianity in general. Because if you see God as the way that Calvinists see God, as pouring out his wrath upon us, and only because of Jesus and the declarative what's it called? What's the term? The covering over of our sin by the blood of Christ, that basically tricks the Father into thinking that we are justified into going into heaven. That forensic salvation. That's it. Forensic salvation. That is incredibly blasphemous, in that it makes God out. It's basically Marcionism. It makes God out to be contradictory to himself, to his own nature. God is deceiving himself, deceiving God, or at least the Son is deceiving the Father. And it makes the Father out to be the vengeful and wrathful and vindictive, and I would even say evil being. I say being in a diminutive sense, because I think that this is a diminutive way of describing God. And it sees the Son as being the lesser but the merciful one. It's very Marcionist. It has this idea of the wrathful Father, the evil God, the equivalent of what Marcion held to be the God of the Old Testament, Yahweh, being evil, and that Christ was good, was a different God. Yeah, it's I think that is that, and then also the strange disciplines, the strange and I think largely meaningless disciplines that you'll see in a lot of Evangelibapticostals type things, which I think really really can drive people away from, and it can prevent people from considering more serious religion in a genuine sort of way. Erica says, "Don't be a baby. I wasn't even mad at you. Don't have the mental energy of having emotions at this stage of pregnancy. I'm a balloon. I can't sit still, stand, or lay down comfortably, and I have to chase 2 kids all day. I'm currently existing until birth right now." Good on you for it, hon. I will say publicly here that that you're an expert at this by now. Number 3, you take this in stride at this point. None of it's surprising, as you can tell as anybody else can tell from the chat. None of this is a surprise to Erica, the practice mother. Big woman seems really uncomfortable. Erica's absolutely right. Says, "I don't know, you guys sit on your balls all the time. It hurts, so I hear." That's true. That's true. Or if you have small children, they might step on your balls. That's awful too. Anyway, if you guys have more thoughts on this, I'd like to hear what you guys think about the various faults and detriments of militant atheism versus Protestantism. I will also say that I don't deal with militant atheists anymore, not as much as I used to, both neither academically nor socially, and really just in the cultural zeitgeist. I think they've passed away since like Zeitgeist, that whole thing passed on, and the new atheists kind of faded. Really, I saw there's a meme about this that really hit home. The fedora meme making fun of atheists probably did more to make it made being religious online cool, and that probably saved a lot of souls. So, where can I find the prototype Swoop engine accelerator, waitress?
What? I've never heard of such a thing.
Oh, never mind.
I guess it might be in the garage on the lower level. That's where all the Vulkars go to work on their Swoop bikes. But I've never been down there. The elevator is protected by a security system. Only the Vulkars are allowed to go down there.
That's the thing that shot me, isn't it? I'm looking for a prisoner, a woman named Bastila.
Is she that Republic soldier? I heard one of the Vulkar mention her, but she's not here. He said Brezhik didn't trust his men around her. I guess she's too important to be a slave here in the kitchens, getting pawed and groped and kicked and spit on like me. Brezhik must have taken her somewhere safe.
Yeah. If I let you go, can you find your way out of here?
Now that you've killed the guards who were supposed to watch me, I think I could find my way out of here.
All right, get on out of here.
I'm free to go? You're not going to kill me?
Why would I?
I don't know how I can ever repay you. Thank you. Thank you. I have to get out of here before any of the Vulkars see me.
See, this is another one of those where very specifically there's a case of helping someone who desperately needed help. Uh-oh. I'm getting flanked. This isn't great. Mission. Need you to...
Yeah?
Need you to kill him. And everybody else... Oh, wait. No, not to... This wasn't smart.
What?
Okay, cool. Moving right along. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, I do think that, like I kind of said, that the new atheist trend has kind of gone its own way. It isn't a big deal anymore. Especially culturally, it's not really as big a deal as it ever was. Especially like in the sort of mid to late noughties, more or less when I was in high school, frankly. New atheism was all the rage. There were there were movies, and there was all sorts of wacky, crazy debates going on, for and against in every way. A lot of which were, I mean, quite frankly, theologically and philosophically quite immature. And I mean, one of my favorite books on the subject was what was it called? It was by Ed Fazer, who I mentioned before, and it's his book, The Last Superstition. That's it. And it's basically taking apart the new atheism as an ideology, and he's very successful at it. Where's everybody? Where are my men? Where are my friends? Oh, they're right here. Okay. Where's mission? There you are. Alright, cool. The death screens were like, yeah, that's dialogue. I don't know why. Sound again. Effects volume is still really low. I'm gonna just change. I'm gonna put down my game audio generally a little more. If that helps. It's not that loud in my headphones. I'm just getting worried because I keep seeing my levels, and like the game keeps peaking. I'm actually surprised by that. Ow!
You asked for this!
Okay, there's one. Mission.
Yeah?
Really? I missed that bad, huh? Alright. Anyway. Kevin says, I had a debate with one in Testosterone and Civilization. I have no idea. Is that a group, I assume? And he essentially ended up admitting that he believed in no higher purpose than his own, but that nobody else had that right. Oh, well, that's ridiculous. I mean, to be fair, it's honest. I at least have to say it's honest. That's more than I can say for a lot of other atheists who won't admit to that kind of inconsistency. Come on, can I open this, please? Can I use security yet?
No problem.
There we go. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. There we go. Ooh, heavy blaster. Nice. Kevin says William Lynn Craig versus Christopher Hitchens debate were fun, but if shallow. In my youth, they helped bolster my confidence in Christianity. Yeah. William Lynn Craig was the guy. He was absolutely fantastic. Excuse me, fantastic at that time. I've since come to see a lot of his flaws and errors, obviously. Which, I mean, they're the kinds of things that should have been obvious at the time, but I didn't know better because I barely could have known better. You know, I got a heavy blaster. All right, mission. Still got that ion blaster. That's fine. She needs a shield just in case of emergencies. Nothing goes in any of these. What about Karth? Hello. Even aside from like Craig versus Hitchens, even the smaller time ones, there's like what was it? There was a professor I had I took classes with was one of the big time new atheists. Not that big time, but he was a like second tier figure in the new atheism. A guy named Doug Jessup. I don't know. He was a scholar of early modern philosophy. Sort of the early skeptics and such. Oh, I don't want to leave yet. Smart guy, incredibly sarcastic and bitey and witty, the kind of things you'd expect from the new atheists at some of their best. But he got absolutely thrashed in a debate once by William Lane Craig.
No problem. Got it.
It was kind of spectacular, really. There's no video of it available, but I will see if I can find the audio for it, because you can find that. Hang on. I'll see if I can find the audio of it, because it was a good debate, and he got thrashed. He got torn to pieces. He's a very smart guy, brilliant philosopher. I surrender, please don't kill me. I'm not like these others. I'm not like Brejik and his new Volkers. What are you talking about? You're a Volker, aren't you? I'm a Volker. I was here long before Brejik took over. I was a Volker back when it meant something. Back when we had honor. Then Brejik and his followers took over and turned our gang into a bunch of violent thugs and bloodthirsty punks. Now they treat us original Volkers like second-class citizens. Like me, for example. I used to be one of the highest-ranking Volkers in the gang. Now I'm stuck on guard duty here in the back, all thanks to Brejik. If you hate Brejik so much, why don't you leave the gang? I've been trying to work up the courage to leave, but it's not that easy. Brejik's followers will try to hunt down anyone who leaves the Volker gang. He says he won't let traitors live. Ha! Brejik and his followers are the real traitors. They turned on Gaiden, and now they slaughter the Becks in the streets, and anyone else they happen to run across. Brejik knows anyone with character will never willingly follow a leader like him, so he uses brutality and violence to stay in power. Alright, give me some information. Give me something to work with here. Yeah, sure, whatever you want to know. Not like I owe that scumlord Brejik anything. Where can I find the prototype Swoop engine? Right, that gadget Brejik stole from the Becks. He's got the accelerator in the basement garage. He's the only one down is by using the security elevator in the back of the base. Got it. Security elevator is protected by auto-targeting lasers. I noticed. Unless you get your hands on a pass card. Where can I get one of those? If I had one myself, I'd give it to you, but Brejik only gives them to his lieutenants. You'd have to get a pass card from one of them. Doubt they just hand it over to you. There's some way to disable the security cannons? Guess it might be possible to slice into the main computer bank near the front of the base and override the security system, but I sure wouldn't be able to know how to do it. Phoenix says, the new atheists had an advantage in their heyday, and that it's easier to destroy than to build. When they were debunking, it looked like they had a point, but eventually it turned out they were hollow. It has Deleku sweat. It looks like it, doesn't it? I don't actually think so. I think that... I actually don't know. I don't see why they wouldn't. I don't know. I mean, they do need to regulate heat because they're central nervous system. That's basically brain in there. So they do need to regulate heat quite well. So I would assume they sweat, probably. It sure looks like it from him. He's a very slimy fella, literally, not figuratively. Figuratively, he's actually quite straightforward. But yeah, I think Phoenix. That's a good point. And then also the fact that honestly, Christian apologetics at the time were pretty subpar. From what I know and from what I've seen and from what I've read, from what I was seeing at the time, Christian apologetics were focused way too much on the feelsy stuff, springing all the way from the Nouveau Theologie stuff, at least in the Catholic tradition, but then also trying way too hard to combat the new atheists on scientific grounds. The intelligent design movement, which was huge then, was kind of easy. Was honestly pretty easy pickings for the new atheists, and that was. I think that was the wrong tack. Stuff like Expelled, No Intelligence Allowed, that movie from Ben Stein, or even now, as much as I respect him since then, even somebody like Jay Richards, a philosopher who went toe to toe with I think with Hitchens, and he lost pretty hard because he was going on the intelligent design route. Put up a good fight, did the best he could, but given the circumstances and given the terrain, I don't think he had a good chance. I think it was Hitch. No, it might have been Dawkins. No, I think it was Dawkins. But he went at it scientifically, and that I think was the wrong route. He was an evangelical at the time who has since become Catholic and is something of a Tolkien scholar, which is how I really know him and how I really respect him. I've mentioned his books before and stuff. Is great. But at the time, like I said, I think he overly much relied on the scientific arguments, like a lot of apologists did at the time, and I think that was a horrible mistake. Since then, there's been a massive move towards relying on the classical arguments that Christianity has always had, but that people weren't super aware of. This is why I think Phaser's book, The Last Superstition, was so spectacular, because it basically outlines how philosophy has gone wrong since the Enlightenment, and how a lot of the errors of the new atheists have their roots in the nominalists, have their roots in the early skeptics, have their roots in people like, well, my favorite punching bag, David Hume. And that the huming of so many things is really why we have these issues and why we have new atheists at all, really. And it's a little bit of a stretch, but not too much of a stretch. Phoenix says Hitchens' weakness was intelligent design. Dawkins' weakness is literally anything but that. That's true. I mean, Dawkins is a biologist. He knows his stuff. He's going to be able to talk circles around somebody who's not. But yes, I do agree that Dawkins' weakness is pretty much literally anything else. He, well, like Kevin said, he has an incredibly abrasive personality. He's unbelievably full of himself. And he has some of the most laughably bad interpretations of say, Thomas Aquinas that I've ever seen. Most of my students, most of my intro-level, non-major undergraduates have a much better grasp of Thomas Aquinas and the Five Ways than Richard Dawkins ever has. And I mean that. And I've talked about how I sometimes have those really bad student papers. Even the bad ones are better than anything Dawkins has written on Thomas Aquinas. He would not pass my class. Like, if I've read some of his stuff, like the stuff he has in the God Delusion about Aquinas, the stuff that's basically relevant to what I teach, and Anselm for that matter, he would fail. Honestly, if he submitted that as a paper to my class, he would fail. He would be the first student I've literally ever had in this class to fail the class, having turned everything in. Richard Dawkins, PhD biologist, inventor of memes. I mean, kind of. Yeah, Kevin says, I could have drinks with Hitchens. Dawkins was an abrasive personality. Yeah, Hitchens was at least intellectually curious. Dawkins is incredibly full of himself. Also, we have with Dawkins, we have the problem I've addressed before, both in class and on stream, and especially in my second video on Pascal, on Pascal's discourse on the machine. Pascal points out the fact that the reason we need to choose to believe and then act as if we believe and then come to belief that way, the reason for this is because we tend to have passions getting in the way of our actual belief. And for Dawkins, it's pride, and that is the first and foremost that Pascal notes and makes and points to as being diminished by this kind of acting as if you believed process. Think about it. If Dawkins were to tonight, just like whatever time it is in England, he's sitting down for lunch or I don't know, whatever, or maybe he wakes up in a cold sweat in the middle of the night and realizes that Aquinas's arguments succeed and that God necessarily exists. He realizes this. What does he do? Realistically, he goes back to sleep. He tries desperately to go back to sleep. Eventually does out of exhaustion. And then he wakes up the next day and thinks, oh, that was a horrible nightmare. And he never thinks about it again, even though he knows intellectually that God exists and that he's been wrong for his entire life. Because to actually turn around and admit that he's been wrong about the most important thing that has been the absolute center of his entire identity for 40 plus years would be basically to die. That's why baptism is a sign of death and rebirth, drowning and rising. We die with Christ, and we are raised back up with him. That's why it's death. It's because part of you is dying, and for Dawkins, it's a big part. I don't think he could do it. I genuinely do not think that even if Richard Dawkins were to come to understand Aquinas and were to come to the conclusion that God therefore exists, I think he would ignore it. I think he'd keep on keeping on. try and convince himself that he was mistaken. Tried desperately, maybe successfully. Maybe it would eat at him, but I don't think it would eat at him enough to actually change his mind. Phoenix says, I reckon that Michael Jones would wrangle Dawkins. True. Jones would say, here is a peer-reviewed study saying that you're wrong, and then Dawkins would melt. Yeah, I think so. He does shift a lot, doesn't he? But yeah, no, I think you're right. I think, if anyone knows the relevant science well enough to argue apologetics from a scientific perspective, it's Michael Jones. Though he knows more, he's more involved with physics from what I've seen than with biology. So they might wind up talking past each other a bit. He knows his biology, don't get me wrong, way more than I do. But he's not like PhD level. Like honestly, in physics, in like fundamental physics, he ridiculously knows his stuff. It's amazing. For a philosopher, that impresses me to no end. Philosophers who know their science but still think like philosophers are really impressive people, academically. Then you've got the other end of it, where it's philosophers who know their science but wish they were scientists but can't cut it, like Quine. Like self-loathing philosophers. I can't stand people like that. Basically, people who think that philosophy is a second best thing because you can't get science, you can't do science, or something like that, or that philosophy will pass away in the light of pure science. Shut up, Quine. Phoenix says, every time Michael Jones' voice breaks, atheism is destroyed. Oh, jeez. Yeah. He's a brilliant academic, not the greatest presenter, especially live. He can do prepared stuff decently well, but live, we all have our strengths. And I think honestly his strengths make up for those weaknesses by far. All right, so let's ask this Twi'lek something else. Yeah, sure, whatever you want to know. It's not like I owe that scumlord Brennick. I already said that. What about the prisoner? A woman named Bastila. Yeah, right. You think Bredrick would leave a trophy like that somewhere with this scum? He's got her stashed away somewhere safe, I guess. Somewhere outside this base. Alright. I'm gonna let you live. Go on. Get out of here. Thanks a lot. Don't worry, I won't cause any trouble for you on the way out. In fact, I hope you take Bredrick and his Vulkars down. Okay, good luck, buddy. See you later. So, this and the waitress and all of these things really just reminds me that, where do we put this? It reminds me of how little all of this matters. Oh, a lieutenant. Okay, cool. Let's see. Let's get her a vibroblade.
Yeah?
Ow, really? Oh, crap. There's a lot of them in here. Oh, this is bad. Oh, no. This is really bad. Hello, goodbye. Get out of here. No, we're fine. We're fine here. How are you? Get out of here. Where's that patrol droid? You can help me. Are they still coming? Does not look like they're still coming. This is not gonna work. I'm screwed. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, let's try this again, shall we? Darn. Should have been saving more often. Crap. Alright. Ah, oh, God, I'm all the way back here. Okay. I need to save so much more often. Okay, let's try this again, and I'm gonna try and rush it this time. Oh, hi. What are you doing here?
Let's go!
Okay. Alright. Fine, I guess. Jeez, I'm peeking again, aren't I? Hold on. Oh, it didn't save my sound settings, that's why. Do that. Okay. Come on, everyone. Kevin says Sam Harris has always creeped me out, like a diabolical Lieutenant Commander Data. I don't think I've ever heard him referred. I've never heard him referred to as diabolical Lieutenant Commander Data, or really any comparison to Data, honestly. I don't know. Maybe? I guess I can see the comparison if I need to. I guess so. He's very,
Yeah?
evil robot. He's got big evil robot energy, especially with respect to his desperate attempts to formulate a very computational, atheistic, ethical system, which of course fails. But he tries so hard. He tries so hard, like he's programmed to care. Phoenix says, remember watching Michael Jones debate apostate prophet. MJ went in with scientific citations and oh yeah, he just sat there completely unprepared for it. Later just quietly avoided them. Yeah, he does that a lot, and I love seeing it. We are all very much used to the atheists being the ones who are really, really in charge of really in control of the scientific kinds of answers. So it's really nice to see the opposite once in a while. It's really nice, honestly, just to see theists who don't suck at science.
Take that!
Oh, yeah, true. Also, Sam Harris, Donald Trump is bad and it's all his fault. Basically, if you wanted to summarize Sam Harris's ethical system, at least in the last few years, it's Orange Man bad. That's his primary ethical precept right now, or at least the last couple of years, which is really just kind of embarrassing for someone who at least tries to be an ethicist. Because he really does try and be an ethicist. He has no formal training in it. Everyone should remember that as well. He has no ethical training. He's not, like, an ethicist. He doesn't study ethics formally. So...
Please don't hurt me.
Okay, yep. How'd you end up here? Don't worry. Just have to ask you a few questions.
You may know more.
Well,
Might know more than you think. Prototype Swoop engine, I don't know. Prisoner Bastila. Get out of here. Alright, see ya. Good luck. Save time. Okay. Bad Orange Man. Ah, crap. There we go. There.
Let's go!
That hurt, I bet. That hurt, I bet.
Kevin says, I saw him on Rogan. I think promoting brain surgery to make people good. Yeah, no, that's really bad. That's really, really bad.
You asked for this!
I mean, if you want to know why that's bad, look to almost anything C.S. Lewis ever wrote. Most notably, look to The Abolition of Man. And Paralandria. So The Abolition of Man was a series of talks that he gave, the third of which is incredibly relevant to the question of how we deal with wrongdoing. So not just ethics per se, but what do we do about ethics? Then Paralandria was the third novel in the Space Trilogy. Where it's basically a dystopian science fiction of something equivalent to Earth, where basically we have hyper scientific experts in control of society, and we all know where that goes. It's basically it's a lot like Brave New World in that sense, but more theological. Excuse me. Phoenix asks if I looked into Stefan Molyneux's universally preferable behavior. I think it was a good try to form secular ethics, but atheists universally panned it hard. This made him dislike atheists. Well, at least it did that. It didn't do much else, other than plagiarizing Immanuel Kant. I will say, really straightforwardly, that listen, I'm a libertarian anarchist. To ask if I know Stefan Molyneux is to ask if an American knows who George Washington is. Yeah, I know Stefan Molyneux. Oh, hello. No, let's see if we can go back to our hideout. Can we? Yeah. Recover our hit points. Get back in. All right, and then let's go back. Okay. I know, like I said, I know Molyneux quite well. Not personally, obviously, but I know his work quite well. I've read UPB, and I've read some fantastic criticisms of his work from professional philosophers. I will also say there's a reason he washed out of the academy, washed out of academia, and it's not because of academia. It's very strictly because his scholarship was not where it should have been. If you want somebody to do a relatively good job, making something equivalent to, similar enough to Molyneux's point, something like that, you want to look instead to Hans Hermann Hoppe's Argumentation Ethics. It's closer. It's closer to successful. It's not successful. It's not at all successful. But like I said, it's closer. And I say it's closer just because it's I say it's closer because he doesn't fall into the same basically like almost plagiarizing that Molyneux does. Yeah, we get it. Hate Frederick so much. Give me information. Swoop engine accelerator. Can I get a pass card? I disabled security thingies. Something else. Bastila? Get out of here. Bye. Okay, cool. Anyway, it's while Hoppe is a little more intellectually rigorous about this, a little more philosophically rigorous, he does fall into some of the same problems.
I'll avoid what I can.
let's put a gas mine right about there. Oh, wait, there.
Whoever steps on this will get a nasty shock.
Put a minor frag mine right there.
Whoever steps on this will get a nasty shock.
Undo solo mode. Hold on.
Yeah.
How'd you like that?
Okay. We got that guy. Still need that. Anyway. I think that realistically, though, both Molyneux and even Hoppa, again, like I said, to a lesser extent, but still to a significant extent, I think that they both fail. Override accepted. Security cameras. Armory. Okay, that's us. Root menu. Barracks. Bunch of people in the barracks. Do I have spikes? I have enough spikes. Wait, hold on. Root menu. Log out. Hold on. Who's better at... Nope. Computer use. Mission? Same. No? Okay. Yeah, they're the same. So I can go ahead and do this. Slice. Security cameras. Barracks. Overload. Zap. It's most of them. Not everybody, though. It's most of them. Alright. Root menu. Rec room. No one in there. Root menu. Pool? There's a pool? That's cool. Elevator. Shut down security. Okay. Zap. But I think that like I said, the main problem that they both share is that they don't do... can I afford to do this? Open all security doors. That's it. What they don't do, what neither of them does,
Yeah?
is
Sure.
Huh?
is account for universalization. Let's up treat injury. Okay. All right. Cool. So Kant succeeds at universalization because he's an essentialist about human persons. And he says that if human persons are of a certain sort, basically, that they're going to... treating them in a certain way is the only appropriate way to treat them.
Just die already!
This is how he gets his categorical imperative. Because a categorical imperative is only imperative if it is across a category, a recognizable, stable category. If the category is not stable, in other words, if we don't have an essence, a human essence, then we don't really have a reason to universalize our ethical precepts. And what this means in the context is that universally preferable behavior is behavior... So Molyneux's point, his argument, briefly, very, very briefly, is that if you... why would I do that? Why would I want it to self-destruct? Oh, that's why. That's why. Got it. That's why. I understand why. Yeah, go ahead and do that. That's why. Okay, cool. I mean, we can get in here now? Yeah, it is. All right, cool. Essentially, what Molyneux argues is that that there are certain things that we do not want done to us, universally speaking, that any human being, by nature of their being a being, by nature of their existing, essentially, desires and requires autonomy. And because we recognize that I desire and require autonomy, just the same as somebody else does, what that means is that I ought to respect their need for autonomy because I recognize my own need for autonomy. The problem with this is that there is no imperative force. There's no normative force here. Because that my recognition of my own autonomy allows me to recognize someone else's autonomy, does not mean that I have any reason to respect it. They're them, I'm me. We're different things. Unless we share an essence and we have some obligation to each other on behalf of that essence or as a part of that essence, then there's no reason to universalize universally preferable behavior. Yes, yeah. It's preferable to everyone as a collective whole that everyone do good to each other. But why would someone like Molyneux even fall for that? He's an individualist. He's a radical individualist. He shouldn't fall for that. Hoppe is a little bit better at it. His argument is that for anyone to patrol mode, I'm running low on parts. I need more parts. For anyone to do, I'll leave it. I don't have enough parts for that. For anyone to argue for a what happened? For a non-free solution, let's say. Come on, what's happening here? Crap, this is a bad time to lag. There we go. We're fine. Really? That was a terrible shot. But for anyone to... Did I just die? Oh god, I got shot. Okay, I got shot real hard. Alright, Karth. Let's...
Yeah?
Advanced med pack. Karth. Advanced med pack. There we go.
Ready?
Yeah?
Okay, now this guy, same thing.
Take that!
There we go. Okay, cool. Let's go and find Hain, shall we? Yay! He's alive, barely.
Sure.
Okay, we're good. That was awful, but we're good. Anyway, let's move on. What I was saying was, Hoppe's argumentation ethics is basically that if you're going to argue for a what we can call a statist solution, for a violent means of resolving a dispute, then what that necessarily means is you are employing non-violent means to argue for violent means. So by your own performative behavior, you are arguing effectively that you think that argumentation is the correct way to come to conclusions, not violence. Okay? Makes sense. That means that it is self-referentially incoherent to argue for violence as a solution to intellectual discussions. You can't argue that. It's impossible. It's, like I said, self-referentially incoherent to argue that we should solve disputes violently. At least by initiating violence. That's incoherent. Security cameras, garage. Okay, that's fine. Root menu, office. Root menu, loading bay. Root menu. Engine lab? Oh, there's a lot of people in there. Engine lab. There's a lot of people in there. Alright, 4? Alright, we can handle that. Root menu. System commands? We don't need to open all the security doors. We have enough slicing. We can get in. I don't think we need to use up our computer spikes for this. No, we're good. Let's get out of here. Log out. Good to know, though. Anyway. So. The problem with Hoppa's argument, and now, let me say, it is a really solid argument. It basically blows out of the water anyone arguing for the state. The problem is, and Kevin, I think you're going to like this response, that the state does not argue for the state. The state merely is the state. It doesn't argue in favor of violence, it just employs violence. It doesn't make an argument that you ought to obey it. It just demands that you obey it, and it threatens that if you don't, you will be destroyed. And then it follows through on the threat. That's it. That's all. That's all it does. This is a very different, methodology than hey, we should.
Didn't work.
Oh, impossible. Maybe I did need to override security locks.
No problem. Didn't work.
Didn't work. Damn. Okay. But yeah, I don't know. Kevin, if you're still awake, what do you think of this? Because like I said, I think that this is a really not a strong argument in favor of the state, because I do think that, like I said, that arguing in favor of the state is nonsense impossibility. But did I really? Jeez. Let's give her a heavy blaster. Recover this mine, shall we? Ah!
Yes?
There we go. I don't think, like I said, I don't think this is a good argument in favor of the state, because, like I said, I think Hoppa's right, that you can't have a good argument in favor of the state. But what you can definitely do is just point out that the state is going to implement itself regardless of what you say about it. Right. You're not going to be able to argue with a cop that they shouldn't be enforcing immoral laws. They're just going to enforce them on you. Phoenix says, Hoppa, by your own logic, you shouldn't club me. Therefore, you should stop existing. The state, unga bunga bonk. Exactly. That's really essentially the problem, is that the state is violent, primitive, criminal. And since when do criminals listen to arguments? They just don't. It's not their nature. It's against the nature and the interest of the state and its agents to present or to even entertain arguments. Now, of course, he does point that out, and that's actually a really solid point. That the nature of the state is contrary to argumentation. And that should give us some things, that should teach us some things at least about tactics. that we shouldn't try and argue with the state. That's foolish.
You'll never get me.
That if we're going to deal with the state, we need to deal with it by dismantling it. We shouldn't interact with it on its own terms, etc. Now, this isn't necessarily, like, again, I don't think that Hapa would be forced to conclude that we ought to, like, employ violence against the state, especially because they're really good at it. And they're really, really willing to use it. Like, eager to use it. So there's that. That's kind of a problem. For those of us who want to oppose the state, the aggressive use of force, all that stuff. Yeah, at least use the workbench. Karth's pistol. Let's super upgrade Karth's pistol. Why not? Missions Vibra Blade. Okay, her Vibra Blade's really nice. Okay. My armor needs to be really good. Alright, that'll work. No lightsabers yet. Nice, upgrades. Yeah, I think that, like I said, I think that is a really solid point. It's important to note that the state does not act in accordance with rules of civilized society because it's fundamentally uncivilized. Looks like we have visitors. Lackeys conned by Gadden Thek into trying to steal Bredic's Swoop engine accelerator, I bet.
Breshik stole that engine from Gadden. It was never yours to begin with.
Well, I didn't go to all the trouble of acquiring this prototype just so you could steal it back for that old fool. Would you like me to dispose of these Beck spies, Camden? No, hold on a second. I see you aren't wearing the Hidden Beck's colors, so I'm guessing you aren't part of the feeble old man's gang. You must be a freelance mercenary. Enough yapping, hand over the accelerator. Instead of stealing the prototype from the Becks, why don't you come work for us? Black Vulkars could use someone like you. Forget it. I know all I need to know about you Black Vulkars. People are awful. Kevin says the beasts, and beasts must be put down. However, the beast is too large to directly overpower, therefore subtlety, incrementalism, and strategic undermining are best. Yeah, I think so. I think so. That pretty much summarizes it. Be smart. Gadden Thek is old news. He's a blind fool in more ways than one. Bredrick is a visionary. Soon he'll control the entire lower city. Don't jackal yourself to a losing team. So I'm using kind of the same voice I used for it wasn't Binger. It was the Lunchbox, the other lawyer in the Rittenhouse case. If you haven't seen my video on Plato's Euthydemus, where I make fun of the Darwin Rittenhouse trial, and especially the idiot prosecutors, I think it's a good one. I think it's definitely enjoyable. I think you're going to like it. The dialogue itself is hilarious, and it provides a fantastic exhortation to philosophy, an argument to study arguments, and to study philosophy, and to pursue wisdom and all that. Also, it's really funny, because it's a couple of sophists getting endlessly frustrated by Socrates, just like there were a couple of prosecutors getting endlessly frustrated by our little Socrates with an AR-15. It's great. Yeah, Kevin says, when your enemy is strong, be smart. When they're smart, be stronger. Yeah, good advice. Attack them where they're weak. It's Sun Tzu, right? Attack your enemy where they're weakest. How about I just kill you instead, speaking of which? I can't see there's not much convincing you to come work for us after all. Most unfortunate. Fighting time. Now can I kill them, Caden? Or Candon, not Caden. Wrong Bioware. Yes, darling, kill them all. Just toss a frag grenade in there, yeah. And you toss a concussion grenade over at that one. And you start blasting.
What?
You asked for this. Let's go!
Sure.
You'll never.
Mission, how about you just start sniping this guy, huh?
Sure.
How about instead of using your standard attack, you put up a shield, and then you power blast. And then you... well, we'll see.
Ready?
How about you put up a shield and keep rapid shotting?
What?
Just
Really?
die already.
Yes? What?
I'll show you.
Ha! How'd you like that? Let's go!
There we go. Got him. That was a little bit of a rough fight. Ooh, disruptor pistol. Some good stuff. Heavy blaster, oral amplifiers. Man, there's some good stuff. All right, let's do some of that equipping, shall we? Okay, so 1 to 8 crit threat times 2. Only 1 to 4 physical. Why is this so... oh, it ignored shields. Okay, that's why. Alright, maybe I'll give that to Karth for his offhand, huh? I'll give him that in his offhand. What's this do? Awareness? Awareness and will saves. Yeah. And then give mission those. For a new shield. Give her one of the partially used ones. Alright. Alright, that'll work.
Yeah?
Okay, let's go recover that mine. Alright, cool. That worked out. There's the accelerator.
What?
Got him.
Ready?
Let's level up Karth. He's a big old beefy fighter. He needs treat injury. No, I don't want to give him sniper shot. I really don't. Maybe improve power blast? Yeah, let's give him improved power blast. Alright. Yeah, that'll do. Accept. Do not level up our main guy just yet. Not Hayne. Let's get out of here. Okay. Now we just need to leave, right? Something tells me that's not going to be so easy, but okay. We'll give it a try. Is this the way through? Do we...
No problem. Didn't work.
Darn. Why? Why can't we get through there? Alright. We just leave the normal way, I guess. Okay. Let's go. Yeah, I know I leveled up. I can deal with that. Okay. Alright. Wait, why don't I just leave the front door? I'm just going to leave through the front door. Instead of trying desperately to go to the back door. There was a front door. I did not realize how long that shield stays up. I thought it was a limited time thing. Instead it's a limited hit points thing? That's... Man, I gotta remember that. And actually use my shields. Okay, that'll work. Now... That was awful. Darn. Ooh! Ah, crap. Okay, that works. Sorry, Hayne. You okay? Do another med pack, shall we? Alright. Now let's move on. Now let's get back to the Beck base. What? The world, there's more of them? This bastard's doing? Alright, let's keep moving. Elevated. Hidden Beck base is over there. Keep going. Phoenix says, I'm lucky that I looked at Molyneux's content recently rather than when it came out. Most of what's left is anti-child abuse and anti-state content. There's much less race realist or other cringe left. That's not the cringiest stuff he had. By far the cringiest stuff he ever had was the really culty stuff. He had some really, really culty kind of stuff in a lot of his earlier work. The Free Domain Radio thing. His little group, his website with all of his stuff on it, and that his group that he charged like a good deal of money to exist near him and stuff like that. It was basically a cult. It was I got a bounty I gotta collect on. Selvin's dead. All the other bounty hunters who went after her ended up dead themselves. You know, you did well, human. Here's 300 credits. I want 400. You're brave. Okay, here's 400. Good work. Most people are lazy here. Keep dodging on bounties. That's it. Bye. Cool. So, yeah, like I said, it's what's going on here? it's there was a lot of stuff early on where he had a really culty phase, where it was he would encourage what he called defu, FOO, family of origin, so leaving your family of origin and basically integrating yourself into a new community. Basically, you abandon your family and join the cult. Hold on. Let's try this.
No problem. Didn't work.
Darn, can't do it. Eric said the fact that you help all these people and they just die anyways is pretty infuriating. At least you get good boy points for it. Yeah. There's a lesson to be learned in there somewhere. Yeah, even I don't quite know what it is though. Honestly, it's one of those things where. So Kevin said most of them don't really look at the essential philosophy of their profession. Trying to feed their kids, hopefully create an orderly, safe environment. And they see nasty people. So talking about enforcers for the state or people working for the state or that sort of thing, I assume, yeah. In which case, yeah, I agree. I certainly agree.
No problem. Didn't work.
I will come back to the point Erica made. They see nasty people doing nasty things and it compounds the narrative for them. Yeah, it's true. That's especially law enforcement. It's... That said, you will eventually get to a point where you just can't. You can't not see it anymore. Where a choice needs to be made, and that's what we've been reaching a lot of those flashpoints lately. I mean, look at Canada, the trucker convoy stuff in Ottawa, perfect example of how can you possibly not see through this? It's basically impossible at this point to not see that you're basically stormtroopers.
You have returned. You have the prototype Swoop engine accelerator with you?
Got it right here.
I was beginning to wonder if you would make it. The race is tomorrow, and my mechanics need time to install the prototype into the Swoop engine of our bike.
All right. I lived up to my end of the deal. Now you better come through.
Don't worry. I'm a man of my word. I promised you could ride in the Swoop race under the Hidden Beck banner, and I am still going to let you do that. And I'm even going to go one better. I'm going to let you ride the Swoop bike with the prototype accelerator installed on it. Without it, you won't stand a chance.
So I totally thought that was part of the
You
deal.
can't be serious. We need one of our best riders on that bike. We can't let some rookie take the prototype engine into the race.
Phoenix says, I've heard of the whole Defu fiasco. I can understand why he advocated for it since he had a very abusive upbringing and getting out of Don to work for him. But using it to swell his cult is irresponsible. Yeah, and honestly, the other big thing about that is you see that methodology being employed really, really prominently by the secular left, and especially by I don't even know how to categorize it. It's this weird intersection of political leftism, wokeism, alphabet people, and urbanites. People who usually grew up in small towns and want to just get the heck out of it at first time possible, and when they or never wanted to leave it at all and were perfectly happy until they got to big city or got to college or something, and then they found here's the term, found family. That whole concept is incredibly insidious, because it essentially it necessarily and essentially involves renunciation of one's actual family. To find a family, you have to not have one, and most people who found families have families that they don't pay attention to. It's a really common phenomenon, especially among millennials. It's really similar to what we saw with the hippies too. Not we. I was even close to alive then. My parents were teenagers at the time. They didn't fall for this crap because my dad's from out in the country and my mom's Italian, so they don't do this. They didn't do that. But a lot of people in the hippie generation did the same kind of thing. They would leave their own families and they would wind up joining these found families, or in a lot of cases joining weird cults. or weird social outcast groups, or whatever. Kevin says, I think those flashpoints are essential in really getting headway against the state. Yeah, absolutely. Talking about the trucker convoy and stuff. If enough of the enforcer class has an epiphany, the state is literally a mad tyrant screaming at the walls. Yeah. I don't know if it can happen with enough of them, though, because there's enough of them who don't care, or who relish it, who are actually tyrants themselves, or at least petty tyrants themselves. There's a really significant portion of the population who relish the opportunity to tyrannize people. Unfortunately, there's a lot of that. Now there's less than there could be. Thank God. I think it's still a very small minority, but it doesn't need to be a majority. It just needs to be a vanguard or an enforcement vanguard. Why are you doing this, Gaiden?
I have to be honest with you. There's a reason I'm letting you take the prototype engine. The accelerator is unstable. There's a good chance it could explode during the race.
Oh, thanks.
I can't ask one of my own riders to take the risk. They'll be running unmodified swoops in the race. You'll be the only one using the prototype. If you can complete the track before the accelerator overheats, then you'll win for the Bex. If you die, then one of my other riders could still come through for me.
Okay, let's do it.
You
Yay!
can stay here tonight. The mechanics need time to install the accelerator on the engine, so you
God.
won't be able to practice your riding. But I've got good instincts.
Oh, Jesus.
And you have the look of a racer about you. Just try to relax, and in the morning we'll take you to the swoop track.
Erica says having blueberries and cream before bed was a mistake. The baby's doing a whole gymnastics routine now. Yay! Restless night in the Beck's base. One of them takes you to the swoop racing pits where only racers and mechanics are allowed to go. All right. Cutscene time? No. You're the one who's going to ride in the swoop bike. Hey, don't worry. I've been working on the accelerator and stability. Won't be a problem, I hope. Gaiden mentioned that you've never done this before. You want to run over the basics handling a swoop bike for you? No, I know what I'm doing. I'm not going to put you guys through it. I basically remember it. Hold on, I better explain the rules to you. Each rider goes on the track alone. End of the day, whoever's supposed to the fastest time. Normally, a rider can run as many heats as you want. Don't know how long a prototype accelerator. No more than 4 or 5, I guess. So make your runs count. Gaiden's put his trust in you. If you want to win, a whole bunch of new recruits. All right. Kevin said the remainder can get desperate, push too hard, and then comes the backlash. A vanguard can't stand up against a well-armed, angry horde. The problem is that there will never be an angry horde majority. That's not how angry hordes work. Angry hordes work by making themselves a majority by moving into a new space. It can't really work defensively, I don't think. Not looking at history. The only real example of people who were really effective at defending themselves like that have been very, very rare cases of insurrectionists. And even then, it's a tiny, tiny minority actually doing it. So, I don't know. I don't know about that. I won't let you down. Sounds like you're ready. Go to the race announcer by the counter. He'll give you the time to beat and get you out on the course. I'll be waiting here for you after the run, so you can make any tweaks or repairs to your swoop in case you need another heat. Good luck, and don't worry about the prototype overheating and exploding while you're out on the track. That probably won't happen. Probably. Yay! I don't really need to talk to everybody, I don't think. It's not really that necessary. Let's see what's this about. Ah! Look! That seems to be who we need to rescue. No one's allowed to talk to the prisoner. Bredic's orders. She won't hear you anyway. She's got a neural disruptor collar on to keep her under control. Oh. Okay. Okay, let's do it. Here to race, okay? See your sponsor, Hidden Backs. Always like them. Show those Valkyrs a thing or two. What's the time to beat? 38.43 seconds. Good, not the best I've seen. Alright, let's do it. Let's get you on the track. Alright. Oop, here we go. Woo! That was a good time. That was a really good time. 25 seconds, jeez. You just beat racers who've been doing this for 20 years. It's amazing. Someone who's never ridden a swoop before today comes in here and, wait a minute, I don't believe this. Look at the board. One of the Vulcans just beat your time. It was Redros. I should have known. That's okay. The day ain't over and the accelerator's still holding together. You gotta get out there again and show them how it's done. Great. Phoenix said, I think the best way to deal with Cuxton Stormtroopers, I just prefer Castro. Castreau. Then again, I have to work better in text. Yeah, I have to beat the time again. I should not have done this. I goofed it. Can I load? Yeah, I'm gonna reload this autosave. I hope. Screw something up. Okay, I need to go through this conversation again. That's fine. That's not too much. Yeah. The secret is to do a just barely competent time first. And then just keep improving. Yeah, so I'm gonna start this over because I goofed it. I did the bad tactics. Have it right here. Okay. Why are you doing this? Okay, let's go.
But I've got good instincts. And you have the look of
I didn't know that, but I got through the track with like a 23-second run.
Relax, and in the morning we'll take you to the swoop track.
Anyway, so Phoenix says the best way to deal with Cuxton Stormtroopers is to aggressively obliterate child abuse in order to lessen the need for a state. Yeah, abuse causes dysfunction was the food of the state. Yeah, I think that's largely correct. Which is I also think why I think that the sort of anti-groomer stuff is so critically important because the state thrives, and the left especially, but the state in general thrives on being able to access children and mold them into what they need to mold them into. I think that's really bad. I think getting the same time. Just do this time. Okay. Okay. What's time to beat? 38:43. Okay. I want to race a heat. Okay. Okay. Ready? Set? Go. Really? That was as slow as I could pretty much do. So, alright, I think I can beat this a few times. That's fine. Jesus. Okay, Red Rose still beat me. Alright, so let's see what the time to beat is now. Jesus. It's time to beat 27.9. Let's do it. I can beat a 27-second one. $25.48, nice. All right, better. I mean, it's not good, but that's the point. It's ridiculous. If you ain't first, you're last. That's right. Race like Ricky Bobby. Guess God knew what he was doing when he picked you to ride first. Now the only thing to wait for time to become official and go collect your prize. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the winner. Oh, that's it? Really? I won? Oh, it was only 2. Put your hands together and show your appreciation for one of the most daring riders this swoop track has ever seen. Through your skill and courage, you have proven yourself the premier swoop rider on Taris, and brought great glory to the Hidden Beck gang. Alright, see you later, Phoenix. Have a good day or night or whatever time it is for you. Now I here to present the champion's prize, Brejik, leader of the Back Volkers. People hear me before I present the so-called champion. The Back's their prize. Something is you must know. The winning rider cheated. Alright. You're damn liar, Brejik.
Your swoop bike was using a prototype accelerator. Clearly an unfair advantage. Because of this hidden Beck treachery, I'm withdrawing the Vulca's share of the victory prize.
You can't do this, Brejik. You know the rules. Nobody's allowed to withdraw a victory prize after the race. It goes against all our most sacred traditions.
You old fool. Your traditions are nothing to me. I am the wave of the future. If I want to withdraw the prize and sell this woman on the slave market myself, nobody can stop me.
I might have something to say about that, Brejik.
What? Impossible. You were restrained by a neural disruptor. How could you have possibly summoned the will to free yourself?
I actually don't know.
Underestimate the strength of a Jedi's mind, Brejik. A mistake you won't live to regret.
Vulcus, to me! Kill this woman! Kill the swoop rider! Kill them all!
Yeah, genuinely don't quite know how that happened, but fine. Blow him up with a grenade. And shoot him a bunch. Actually, wait, hold on. I probably should put a shield on. Then shoot him a bunch. What? Bastard got to me. I really hope that I'm not back here. Okay, I need to do another save at some point between heats. How about that? Oh my god, I forgot how so, I mean, it's just because it's an old game. This is a 19-year-old game. The main reason is that it's
good instincts, and you have the look of a racer about you.
Older games like this didn't have the same autosave standards as modern games do, and honestly, I kind of like everyone talks about like pining for nostalgia of the old games and how things were harder then, and you were a real games were a real challenge. Listen, this is an artificial challenge. This is not a challenge. The fact that I'm having to reload a bunch of times is, again, it is a purely artificial challenge. Okay. All right. It's not like I said, it's not an actual like real challenging challenge. Maybe 38. All right, let's do it. I can beat 38 seconds. I'm gonna see if I even need to use the accelerator pads for this. If I need to near the end, I will, but probably don't need to. No, I really don't need to use them. Ooh. 29. Alright, that's worse than last time. Nice. Okay. Kevin says, we don't care why it's hard, we only care that it's hard. Retro gamers. Yeah, that's... Unfortunately, that is a bit of the... That's a bit of the thing. You know? It's time to beat 29 even. Let's do it. I can very easily beat 29 even. I'm going to try a little bit this time. Not really hard. Alright, 25.6, not bad. Not good. That's fine. You did it! No one's ever been able to do that. Let's collect your prize. Yay!
People, hear me! Before I present the so-called champion of the Becks with their prize, there is something you must know. The winning rider cheated!
You lying bastard, Bradrick.
Your swoop...
Yep, okay.
I'm...
Womp. Okay, cool. Alright, here's the deal. I need to not die.
What? Impossible. You were
You underestimate...
Vote!
There. Take that.
Jesus. Okay. Alright, I'm over cover, so I'm fine. I think. I have a shield, but that doesn't help me against his sword. Moving a little closer. I'm just spraying and praying at this point, which is probably fine. Masala could realistically handle this, I'm sure. Come on. It's hard to hit. Really? This is ridiculous. Stop moving! There we go. Oh my god. Jesus. Oh good, her lightsaber. Bredic's belt, Bredic's armband, Bredic's gloves. A bunch of things that we can take and use.
Well, maybe those bloody Vulkars will think twice next time before trying to keep a Jedi prisoner. And as for you, if you think you can collect me as a prize... Wait, I don't believe this. You're one of the soldiers with the Republic fleet, aren't you? Yes, I'm sure of it. How did you end up racing for these swoop gangs?
Weird not to recognize me, given that you specifically requested me on the Ebon Hawk, but whatever. Okay. Okay. It's good. Not Ebon Hawk. On the, whatever the ship was. Cruiser. My name's Hain Char. I'm here to save you.
Save me? Is that what you were trying to accomplish by riding in that swoop race?
Yeah.
Well, as far as rescues go, this is a pretty poor example. In case you hadn't noticed, I managed to free myself from that neural restraint collar without your help. In fact, it's more accurate to say that I saved you. Brejik and his Vulkars would have left you
We
for
both
dead
contributed.
if I hadn't stepped into that fight. You're lucky I was here to get you out of this mess.
I think you've got things confused. You were a helpless prisoner until I came along.
I may have been a prisoner, but a Jedi is never helpless. Maybe you've heard of a little thing called the Force? But I suppose I shouldn't be too hard on you. You did try to save me after all, even if it didn't go quite as planned. So let's get down to business. We're not out of danger yet. If I'm going to figure out a way for us to get off this planet, I need to know what kind of resources we can draw on. First, are we the only 2 survivors left from the Underspire?
We aren't the only survivors. Cartho Nasi is alive as well.
Carth Onasi is alive? Finally, some good news. Carth is one of the Republic's best soldiers. He's proved himself a hero a dozen times over. And he sent you here to save me. Maybe I misjudged you. Carth wouldn't have sent you if he wasn't confident in your abilities. Forgive me. Despite my Jedi training, I still tend to act a bit rashly sometimes. Please take me to Carth right away. Between the 3 of us, I'm sure we can figure out some way to get off this planet before the Sith realize we're here. You cannot win, Revan.
Uh-oh. These sick 2003 graphics are causing my computer to lag a little bit. I apologize. Erica says, this is the moment I wanted to stop playing because Bastila is awful.
Finally, things are looking up. Now we just need to figure out a way to get off this planet.
You mean you don't have a plan to get off Taris yet? What have you been doing all this time?
So first of all, she is like the OG. Can't believe I said those words. She's the original like video game version of the defrosting ice queen, the tsundere, if you will, if you want to use dirty weeb terminology. And at the same time, I will note that the first time I played this game, I think this was the first time I played this game. I think it was the first time I played this game. Was when we were playing Star Wars LARP. And there was let's say there was a similar dynamic between my main character and Bastila as there was in certain other couple of characters in that LARP. So anyway. We were trying to find you, remember?
I see. Now that I'm back in charge of this mission, perhaps we can start doing things properly. Hopefully our escape from Taris will go more smoothly than when you rescued me from Brejik.
I know you're new at this, Bastila, but a leader doesn't berate her troops just because things aren't going as planned. Don't let your ego get in the way of the real issues here.
That hardly strikes me as an appropriate way of addressing your commander, Carth. I'm a member of the Jedi Order, and this is my mission. Don't forget that. My battle meditation ability has helped the Republic many times in this war, and it will serve us well here, I'm sure.
Your talents might win us a few battles, but that doesn't make you a good leader. A good leader would at least listen to the advice of those who have seen more combat than she ever will.
Both of you settle down. This isn't helping.
Yes, you're right, of course. I apologize, Carth. This has been a difficult time for me. Of course, I'm happy to listen to your advice. What do you suggest we do?
First off, we can't get hung up on who's in charge. We all need to work together if we want to get off this rock. The answer is out there. We just have to find it.
Well said, Carth. And the sooner we start looking, the better. I've already been a prisoner of the Vulkars, and I don't plan on being captured by the Sith.
Don't worry, I won't let that happen.
I think we'll need some help getting off Taris. Maybe if we ask around, one of the locals can help us out. We should probably start by asking around in the cantinas. Is something wrong? You seem as if something's troubling you.
Something weird happened when we first met. Like a vision.
A vision? A vision of what?
You, fighting a dark Jedi. Revan, I guess.
This is a bit strange. Such visions are often a sign of Force sensitivity.
Are you saying I can use the Force?
I'm not sure. It may be that you have some connection to the Force. It would not be unheard of. When we first met, your natural talent may have fed off my own Force abilities. It is possible that in the excitement of the battle's aftermath, the Force allowed you to witness one of my more intense memories.
This isn't the first time I had a vision.
The Force is complicated. Even I, with all my training, cannot fully understand it yet. This is a matter best left to the wise masters of the Jedi Council. Once we escape Taris, we can seek the guidance of the Council if you wish. They will understand the significance of your vision, if there is any. However, I think it would be best if we all stayed focused on the task at hand right now. We can't afford any distractions. We need to find a way off Taris.
Right you are.
How can I help?
You want to talk to me about something?
I would like to know what happened after you crashed on Taris. I'm curious as to what you and Karth were doing before we all joined forces.
We were looking for you.
Yes, I realize that, of course. But surely there was more to it than a simple search. I doubt there were flashing signs pointing you in my direction, yet somehow you found me. You also avoided detection by the Sith, discovered I was a Vulca prisoner, gained sponsorship for the race, and became the Taris Swoop champion. That's quite a resume.
And rescued the damsel in distress. Don't forget that. Oh no, yes. The game's going to crash.
Well, I hardly consider myself a damsel in distress. I'm a member of the Jedi Order, after all. But I won't deny you've impressed me with what you've done. When you were chosen to join this mission, I doubt any of us expected this much from you. A Jedi could have done such things, of course, but only by drawing heavily upon the Force.
You're trying to say I can control the Force?
The Force is in all of us, though for most people it's barely a measurable whisper. But there are some individuals outside the Jedi Order that we consider Force-sensitive. It's obvious to me that the Force has been working through you. There is no other explanation for your great success, though I'm not certain what to make of this discovery. Perhaps if you weren't... well, if you were younger, the Jedi might take you for training. But as it is...
Be glad I'm Force sensitive, or I couldn't have rescued you.
Ah, yes, the rescue again. Very well, for what it's worth, I concede the point to you. You rescued me from Brejik, and yet we're still stuck here on Taris.
You're not wrong.
Hopefully, between your abilities, my Jedi training, and the skills of our companions, we can find a way off this planet.
Yeah, I agree. How's it going, Karth?
What's on your mind?
I want to discuss something. You have the moment, if you have the time.
You do? Well, fair enough. What do you want to discuss?
We didn't finish our conversation last time.
I know you wouldn't understand where I was coming from. Let me try and explain. You got the skills of an elite commando, and you saved my butt more than once. Between that and your facility with languages, I'm lucky you're here.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that I'm going to stop watching you being wary. I'm just not built that way. Period.
Okay. What exactly are you watching me for?
I don't know that yet. Like I said before, it's probably nothing, but I've been betrayed by people before, and well, it won't happen again. That's all.
You want some guarantee that I won't betray you?
I don't know that you'll betray me, but there are no guarantees. Not for you, not for me. You don't have to take it personally.
No, I do take it personally.
Well, that's too bad then, because I'm not going to change.
You sure you don't want to talk about it?
No, I don't want to talk about it. What I want is to save the galaxy, if that's even possible. Why is whether or not I trust you or anyone so damned important to you? Why do you even care? We don't have time for this, so can we please just drop it for now? Can we pick it up later if you really must? I want to get underway.
He does a great job on the acting here, I gotta say.
Hey there, what can I do for you?
I want to know a little more about you, Mission.
Really? You want to know about me? Nobody's ever really been interested in me before. What do you want to know?
How'd you and Zalbar get together?
Big Z's my family, you know? My parents, well, I guess they're dead. It was just me on my own until the day I saw Zalbar in the lower city. I could tell right away he was in trouble. This was before the gang wars were out of hand. But even then, the Volkers were scum. A few of them were hassling Big Z, trying to pick a fight, but he wasn't looking for trouble.
Erica said, we care because this is an RPG and we need to know everything about you, straight down to whether you wear boxers or briefs, and if you had a good relationship with your parents. Well, speaking of, talking about Mission, who'd want to pick a fight with a Wookiee?
Hey, nobody said the Volkers were smart, but there were 3 of them, so maybe they figured they could handle him. I don't know. Anyway, I don't like the Volkers at the best of times, and when I saw them picking on this poor Wookiee, all alone on a strange planet, overwhelmed by the big city, I just lost it. I screamed out, "Leave him alone, you core slimes!" and charged right at them. Well, one of them saw me coming and slapped me so hard he just about knocked me cold.
Sorry, that was funny. Smacking a kid? Those Volkers have no class.
Hey, don't treat me like I'm a little girl. I ain't no kid. I'm 14 years old.
Oh,
Those
God.
Volkers didn't scare me. They're nothing but cowards. I knew how to deal with them. Of course, I never got the chance. I guess Zalbar didn't like seeing me get smacked around. He let out this howl and yanked that Volker a meter up off the ground and held him there by his throat.
Okay, that's pretty cool. What did the
Are you kidding?
Did he kill him?
Z ain't like that. He's just a big old softy inside. Of course, the Volkers didn't know that. The other 2 screamed and ran off. Can't say I blame them. The first time you see an angry Wookiee up close, it isn't a pretty sight. I thought Zalbar was gonna rip that punk's arms off and beat him to death with his own fists. The Volker was so scared, he fainted. Or maybe it was Big Z's breath just knocked him out. I keep telling Zalbar to brush those choppers of his, but he never listens. Just stay upwind when he's speaking and you'll be fine. Anyway, I knew those Volkers would be back with friends, so I grabbed Zalbar and we took off. Ever since then, we've been a team. We look out for each other, you know?
Eric says, Garth, what's your favorite flavor ice cream? It's important. I need to know everything about you. Are you a shower in the morning or a shower in the night man? Do you wear socks to bed? What kind of speeder's your favorite? Listen, Garth, you need to talk about your feelings. How are you feeling? Yeah, I mean... Listen, I probably wouldn't want to be friends with an RPG protagonist either. It is part of my job to talk about all sorts of things for hours at a time every day. But even I have a limit, okay? How did Zalbar end up on Taris?
He was fleeing some kind of trouble back on Kashyyyk. That's all I know, really. Big Z doesn't like to talk about it. In case you didn't notice, he's the strong, silent type. Doesn't much matter to me, though. I accept him for what he is, not what he was. Me and Zalbar like to live in the present.
How'd you survive before you met him?
Hey, what's that supposed to mean? You think I can't take care of myself? I've got street smarts. I know how to get by on my own. In fact, I look out for Zalbar more than he looks out for me, you know? Big Z's a little bit too gullible to make it alone on the mean streets of the lower city.
Alright, let's get back to the task at hand, shall we?
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Like I used to tell my brother, fast talk and slick words don't get the job done.
Didn't know you had a brother.
My brother's a touchy subject, you know. It just so happens, I don't really feel like talking about him right now. Nothing personal. Let's just get back to the business at hand, okay?
Oh, you too? Okay. Alright, so, I think that's about all the time we have for tonight. It is about midnight. And I do have class in the morning. So, I'm gonna save again. To, like, I don't know. Pick one. What's going on here? Please don't crash. Please don't crash. Now would not be the time to crash. Ah, good, you didn't crash. Glad you didn't crash. Alright. That'll work. All right. So anyway, thank you all for joining me. I had fun. We got to exactly where the thumbnail predicted that we would, and no further, unfortunately. Next week, I guess, we have at least a chance of getting off Taris. There's 2 more areas. There's 2 more major like mission areas that we got to do. Mission areas not having to do with the mission, but bad joke. Anyway, you get it. So there's 2 more big areas that we got to go through. I don't actually know if we're going to finish it next week. We'll see. I'm shooting for finishing Taris next week because I'm tired of the place. And I didn't actually get to talk about the thing I don't like about this part of the quest that Erica brought up earlier. But that's fine because that's kind of spoilery. So we'll leave that to talk about till either next week. Maybe we'll talk about it, or if we don't, well, I'll at least make sure to talk about it after we're off of Taris. Because there's a big narrative problem that I have with this whole introduction to the game that really sours me on this. Like I said, it's a big reason why I have a hard time getting really into and really started with this game. But having you guys here with me is really helping, giving me a lot to talk about, a lot to actually think about as I get through it this time. So, thank you once again for joining me. And hopefully I will see you on Thursday. Check the description as well. Something else I'm going to put down there is a link to my Odyssey channel. I've been putting up some backup videos on there, and some of the stuff that YouTube takes down, like that re-upload of the C.S. Lewis doodle, that needs to exist. Copyright be damned. So that's up there. YouTube took it down already. Like 24 hours, but I'm gonna keep posting some more of those. I have some archived copies, backups, so I'm gonna keep posting more of those to my Odyssey channel. So check me out over there. Feel free to follow me over there. See what you have to see what there is to see. It's mostly the same stuff. It's re-uploads of some of my YouTube things, but I will probably occasionally have things that can only really go over there. We'll see. Anyway, thank you one more time for joining me. Hopefully I will see you guys Thursday for Dragon Age Inquisition, and then Monday again right here, and keep an eye out for other things to be posted. So, good night everyone, and I'll see you next time.